There are dark clouds forming over the photography world as we stumble blindly into a revolution that has huge implications for everyone, especially for photographers who specialise in competitive and commercial photography. So if you enter photo competitions or upload to stock photography sites, you should be afraid. You should be very afraid, because this new kid on the block is about to blow you away. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you why. Hi, I'm Ken Hatfield. Welcome to my Better Photography channel. So who is this new kid on the block? Well, it's AI, or artificial intelligence. So much has been discussed about AI, with worries about how much impact it will have in our everyday lives, from automatically writing kids' school projects, writing speeches from just a few keywords, to potentially controlling most all of the mundane chores in our lives. There's even worries at the speed at which it's growing, and the possibility that it may develop so far and so quick that we lose control, and the end of humanity could be the cost we pay if controls are not made by the developers in these very early stages of development. Make no mistake, photography is now firmly in the grip of an AI revolution, with recent developments allowing unheard of photo correction and processing, using unbelievable technology to edit and change our images at the push of a button. Just check out some of my tutorials here to see just how good these tools are. For example, here is a tiny image, useless for anything other than a thumbnail, but taken into Topaz gigapixel AI and you can make a huge enlargement, unthinkable until recently. Until AI came along, the enlargement would stretch the pixels and copy from the surrounding area to make the image acceptable. But Gigapixel uses millions of example images in its image bank to compare and add new pixels to give the image a much higher resolution. Therefore, around 80% of this photo is actually fake. More and more photographers with limited processing skills can now match the experts without any experience, and is already making big changes in photo competitions, and it has especially affected the number of photographers uploading their images to stock photography sites. First, let's look at photo competitions, and I'm only going to demonstrate one recent case as an example where it was recently revealed that an AI image was entered and actually won outright first place in the prestigious Sony World Photography Awards. The photographer entered the image as a test to see if the judges could be fooled, and they certainly were. This image was actually computer generated and didn't exist in real life. Thankfully, the photographer came clean and refused the award, an act that I suggest is quite rare, as the rewards for these competitions can be very lucrative. So let's just think about this for a moment. AI is in its infancy, taking baby steps towards much greater and much more powerful possibilities. Let's move forward 5 years, and where will we be? How will anyone be able to separate reality from the artificial? It doesn't take much imagination to realise that the photography and the graphics world in general will be unrecognisable as the judges battle to work out whether the photographers had any input into the image except to dial in a recipe for an image they conjured up in their head. Now we move to stock photography. Already pretty much pointless for anyone wanting to make an appreciable income due to the outrageously poor commissions. I regularly check out channel videos where photographers disclose their earnings, and I despair to see contributors who have sometimes tens of thousands of images uploaded to multiple sites declaring they've earned 10 cents per download, teasing us with the big earners to be disclosed later in the video, only to see them delighted to have reached the magic $1 per upload, showing a $100 to $150 monthly income, which is a pittance for the countless hours they've spent photographing, cataloguing, uploading and keywording perhaps as many as 40,000 images for derisory return. They claim it's passive income that will bring in money forever without any further effort. But I've got news for you guys. that's about to end as technology moves forward, and it's increasingly likely that AI will allow these agencies to discard images supplied by photographers completely. They've already started to supply AI images that have no author, meaning no one to pay a commission to, thus maximising their profitability to 100%. The client will dial in a request for any subject and the image will be generated out of thin air, just as requested. Perhaps a portrait, maybe a landscape. How about a random image of crockery? It's possible right now. I know a lot of people are saying you can never recreate a true landscape, and that may be true for now. But I've received recent information that some strange transactions have been occurring on one particular stock site. Multiple landscape images he previously rarely sold have suddenly come to life, with a huge increase in sales. Just a 3-cent minimal payment made, and then they appeared on his statement on the same date for many of his landscape images. The theory is that the stock company is loading up millions of images that will be stockpiled and then used for AI images in the future. By collecting and then using potentially many millions of their prepaid images, they can then merge these images into a brand new image owned by themselves, meaning no payment of commission to anyone, thus cutting out the photographer completely. So my friends, if that's correct, your 10 cents on image payments will cease, as stock companies will sail off into the AI world without the need for external input from the many photographers offering up their work for sale. It's all very depressing, but the signs are that our photography in the future will be just for our own personal record and pleasure. Commercial income will all but cease, as AI improves to a point where pretty much anything you can imagine can be built to order and supplied in high definition to anyone who wants to pay for the service. There really is no upside to AI for anyone wanting to earn an income from photography. Well, not that raising an appreciable income from stock photography is currently a reality for 99% of those uploading their work. As for me, well, after reading a recent article about one particular large stock photography company with a $38 million turnover last year reported to be struggling to keep afloat, whilst their annual accounts show $15.5 million was paid out to the directors, I finally decided to call it a day. I've withdrawn every image from every stock agency I've had the misfortune to be involved with, and they can keep the pennies they owe me. I've decided to concentrate on simply enjoying my wildlife photography and continue to travel abroad to produce images that I enjoy, sharing with over 10,000 followers on Facebook. AI cannot yet replace the thrill of watching an elephant family at the waterhole, or a lion eyeing you up as he walks towards the camera. Nothing will replace the pleasure of being with real wild animals and capturing real memories that will live with me forever. As for AI, no thank you. See you next time on my Better Photography channel.